Mr. Casmo, can you call the meeting to order?
Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council to order for May 1st, 2014 at 8 p.m. On roll call, council members Coletti.
Here.
Dombrowski.
Here.
Martino.
Here.
Pettigano.
Here.
Vancino.
Here.
Caramagna.
Here.
Mayor Mola. Here. We have a quorum.
Will everyone rise for a prayer and flag salute? We're doing the prayer first.
We do it backwards.
Oh God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting which we trust in your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and plant therein a keen sense of justice and a greater love for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so our decisions will always please you and bring peace and happiness to our community. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Law of the State of New Jersey requires a statement by the presiding officer, now therefore be advised, the meeting requires this meeting have been met by posting an annual notice in the record of Hackensack, the Herald News of Woodland Park. Still have that down there. And by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as a public place within the municipal building. Said notice was posted on January 1, 2014.
Mayor, this evening, under the approval of minutes, we have the March 27th, 2014 work session and the April 24th, 2014 executive session.
Motion, please.
Move.
Mr. Catamagna, second by Mr. Martino. Any discussion? All in favor? Call a roll, please.
I will be abstaining from the 27th.
I will also be abstaining from the 27th.
And I will be abstaining from the 27th. I was ill. Not sure about the other guys.
Call a roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti.
Yes.
Dombrowski.
Yes, except abstaining on 27th of March.
327.
Yes, sir.
Martino.
Yes.
Pettigano.
Yes, except for the 27th.
Abstention on 327. Boncino.
Yes, abstention on 327.
Catamagna.
Here.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening under the consent agenda, we have Resolution 143-14, payment of bills, Resolution 144-14, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 145-14, resolution to authorize the borough's co-sponsorship with the Elmwood Park Chamber of Commerce in the upcoming 3rd Annual Elmwood Park 5K Run Walk, Resolution 146-14, resolution to redeem third-party tax lien 44 Chamberlain Avenue, Resolution 147-14, resolution to redeem third-party tax lien 127 Echo Place. Resolution 148-14, authorize agreement with Lurch, Vinci, and Higgins for the annual LoSAP financial statement. Resolution 149-14, resolution authorizing the sale of poppies for the Ladies Auxiliary Post 5084. Resolution 150-14, approved block party request for 15th Avenue. Resolution 151-14, authorize salary adjustment due to state certification for Donna Puglisi. Resolution 152-14, resolution approving settlement regarding the Borough versus Elmwood Park LIM LLC, docket BER-L 1203-13. Resolution 153-14, appoint Brian T. Giblin to represent the Borough on the Bonanno versus the Borough of Elmwood Park matter. Resolution 153-14, approval of resolution accepting the proposal of Legal Shield to provide identity theft protection, recovery services, and legal services as voluntary benefits to the employees of the Borough of Elmwood Park. Resolution 155-14, award bid for Fleischer's Brook improvements. Resolution 156-14, retirement compensation for Thomas Johnson as his retirement from the Elmwood Park Police Department. And Resolution 157-14, authorize online auction of surplus borough property.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Move.
Moved by Mr. Catamagna, second. Mr. Pettigano, any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like to see R-153-14 pulled from the consent agenda.
Mayor, we'll need Councilmember Catamagna and Councilman Boncino to amend their consent agenda motion to exclude Resolution 153-14.
Gentlemen, you do that?
I think it was Glenn. It was
Yes.
Glenn.
Okay.
On roll call for the consent agenda, Council members Coletti,
Yes.
Dombrowski,
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Petagano?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Catamania. Resolution 153-14. Appointment of Brian T. Giblin Esquire in the matter of Bonanno versus the Borough of Elmwood Park. Whereas the borough was involved in litigation entitled Bonanno versus the Borough of Elmwood Park, docket number BER-L-8091-10, also known as Appellate Division docket number A-00742-12T3. And whereas the mayor and council wish to formally retain Brian T. Giblin Esquire to represent the borough in the aforementioned litigation. Now therefore be it resolved by the Borough of Elmwood Park, Mayor and Council, that Brian T. Giblin Esquire is hereby authorized to represent the borough in the matter of Bonanno versus the Borough of Elmwood Park. Now therefore be it resolved that Brian T. Giblin Esquire be compensated at $125 per hour, not to exceed $1,000.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Dombrowski, second. Mr. Catamania, discussion? Call a roll.
On roll call, council members Coletti,
No.
Dombrowski,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Petagano,
Yes.
Bonsino,
Yes.
Catamania.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Mayor, if I may,
Yes.
I understand that one of my colleagues has voted no tonight. I would like everybody to realize that 2 years ago, it was the Republican government that hired an outside attorney to represent them against an employee here in Elmwood Park. So it's not uncommon. Actually, they hired an attorney in charge, and it was $3,760 because Mr. Giblin was our attorney. And at the beginning of the year, there was an issue because we wanted to bring him on as our tax attorney. My question is there a problem with Mr. Giblin? And if there is, why was he our attorney for the last, several years? Again, this is common practice. This is going to cost us under $1,000. If we were to go forward and ask our current borough attorney to go forward with this case, it's taking 2 steps backwards to try to get this thing finished. It would cost this borough a lot more than $1,000. So the reason why we're doing this is because it's good government. It's not political. This is good government.
Mayor, may I respond to that?
Yes.
This case has been going on for years, previously handled by our former town attorney, Brian Giblin. Currently in the hands of our new town attorney, Mr. Randazzo. His work description is to handle all legal matters for the town of Elmwood Park, duly compensated with a yearly salary. The only exception would be to remove himself from a case if this appeared to be a conflict of interest, which this doesn't present itself in that matter. To Mr. Randazzo's credit, he has requested that Mr. Giblin continue on with the case to maintain continuity and pay him out of his pocket accordingly. Why are we disregarding his wishes and asking for the taxpayers of Elmwood Park to shoulder the expense when Mr. Randazzo clearly feels it is his responsibility?
If I may respond to that, Mayor, did you ask Mr. Giblin to take out the $3,700 when you hired him 2 years ago to represent the borough? Did you ask Mr. Giblin to take it out of his pocket?
Joe,
May I respond to that? That was a case where the former police chief was involved in and requested that Mr. Giblin not participate in that case, so we had to hire somebody else.
Was there also a situation where we had another employee about 4 or 5 years ago that we had a borough employee that you also hired an outside counsel for? Mayor, what I'm trying to say is it's not uncommon. It's good government. It makes sense. It's less than $1,000.
Joe, what's going on here is it's costing the taxpayers an extra $1,000. That's exactly what's happening here.
And last year, it cost
the attorney
taxpayers $3,700.
The attorney himself suggested that he go out of his pocket and pay Mr. Giblin to maintain the continuity of the case, which is the right thing to do, and this council's oblivious to it.
Gentlemen, let's call a roll.
Mayor, the resolution has been duly adopted.
Okay.
Under departmental reports this evening, we have the library minutes for March 17th, 2014, and the Department of Public Works report for March 2014.
Motion received and file.
So moved.
Mr. Martino, second.
Second.
Mr. Dombrowski, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so ordered.
Mayor, that concludes my portion of the agenda.
Committee reports, Mr. Catamagna?
Yeah, I have yesterday, Tuesday, I got to the Board of Education meeting late. I had attended the previous meeting. Something else was very important, but I understand that the budget for the Board of Education was passed. It's $34,910,229. And if the house were to $335,000, the increase on the tax would be $335 a year for the Board of Education. I guess then we have to add that's $50 cents, right?
In our county.
Referendum.
And the county, that's right, not 20.
Yeah, we have to get the
So it would be
county.
over
And the open space.
$400 a year, the tax got to go up. And, as I said, the borough, as I said before, the borough really, we've been very careful. And unfortunately, the school, they need the money to spend, and we have no control over them.
That's not
So I
good.
have, the other thing, I have a comment about the coyote, Mayor. My daughter would take the dog for a walk.
Oh, is that your daughter?
The newspaper is, put an article here, it scares everybody. I don't know how severe it is, but if it comes in my backyard, it would be the last stop.
Mr. Dombrowski,
I hope Peter's not in the audience.
Last stop.
You're just joking.
Thank you for saying that.
joking.
Okay.
Thank you. In regards to the coyote, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to just say that I believe that our police department and our health department have been working extremely well together to inform the residents. I want to assure everybody, this is not a panic. Please, this is not a panic. We have communities around us, Fairlawn, Patterson, inside the cemetery, there's been sightings of these coyotes. Our borough clerk in his hometown in Woodland Park. People have been living with coyotes for years, okay? Actually, when this was Dundee Lake, I'm sure that they were here before we were. We just need to learn to deal and just be cautious. This is not an issue where they're attacking people. This was a small dog, unprotected dog that was attacked, unfortunately. You could see it was covered on the news, it was covered in the paper. I think that we have done our due diligence as a governing body to make sure that our residents are informed, and that's basically what we're trying to do, inform you. If you come in contact with one, what should you do? Raise your hand, scream, holler, do not run. This is important that people don't have a panic. Not every section of town has to worry about having a coyote in it, and that's one of the reasons why we didn't have a town-wide letter go out. Okay, we sent a letter out to the residents in the areas of interest of where these coyotes are. So I just want to let everybody know it's well under control. We've got the state working on it, we've got the county working on it, and we have the police department and our Board of Health working on it. So just, everybody is now aware we have coyotes in Elmwood Park. We also have a few foxes down by the DPW. So it's gonna happen, folks. It's gonna happen. I would like to congratulate actually, I can now say our former police chief, Thomas Johnson. As of today, Tommy has retired as our police chief. I've known Tommy my whole life. I played baseball with Tommy. We talk about our parents together because they're of the similar age and similar needs. I look forward to playing some golf with him now. So I wish him well on his retirement, and I'm very happy for him. And then lastly, I'd like to let everybody know that I'd like to congratulate a neighboring town and our clerk here. Woodland Park will be having their 100th year anniversary on May 17th. And it's going to be, from what I understand, it's going to be one heck of a parade. And I just would like to congratulate what I consider to be a sister town.
Thank you.
Progress.
thank you. Mr. Boncino?
Yes, Mayor, thank you. I had a whole dissertation on coyotes, but I think it was pretty well covered. Maybe I'll talk about the Roadrunner. But if you look at community news today, Ms. Millsop had a pretty good comprehensive article with what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Key is, put your food away, pet food, get it off the decks. Don't leave anything that would attract the animals. Make loud noises to scare them away. Don't run, they'll probably chase you. They have a prey drive like a dog. They'll just chase you. There was something about eye contact. I wouldn't make eye contact. I know when I make eye contact with my dog, he gets very aggressive. So I'm not sure about that, but I'm no expert. And then relative to Chief Johnson, or former Chief Johnson, I want to thank him for his years of service in our police department. It was a pleasure working with him as liaison these past few years. He took over as chief when we had a significant change in the organization. We had a number of retirements, and he had to make do with a very short staff until we replaced officers. He did a very good job. I've known his family since I was on the ambulance corps back in college. Great, terrific family. I wish him all the best in retirement. And finally, it's May 1st, and the college academic year is coming to a close. So I would like to congratulate all our college students that are finishing the semester, but especially ones who will be receiving their degrees in May, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, or maybe graduate or more. Best of luck on your graduation and your future endeavors. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Martino?
Yeah, last night at the homeowners meeting, officer in charge, they came and they gave a lot of pamphlets in reference to home invasions, the coyote, of course, the scams that are going on right now, which is quite a few of the largest one is the IRS scam, where they're calling you and saying that your refund is being held up if you go to the bank or if you go to Western Union and deposit X amount of dollars. But they had at least 3 or 4 different pamphlets explaining what to do and what not to do. I thought it was very informative. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of people last night because of the rain, but he promised to come back the next time where there's more people, and a lot of people, especially elderly, they get these phone scams and are getting hurt financially. So hopefully the little bit of work that they're doing right now is helping everyone. And that's all I have.
Thank you. I received one of those calls about my income tax. They told me I had a refund, and I was very pleased because I hadn't even filed yet.
There you go.
They wanted to know if I wanted to purchase anything with that refund.
Happens a lot.
I almost took them up on it. I didn't know I was getting anything back.
That's good.
Large screen TV is the best deal, man.
Mr. Pettigano?
Thank you, Mayor. The DPW is out filling holes still. They're still appearing. A testament to the horrible winter we had. There's putting about 2 tons of hot tar a day out there, or at least the days that they are working on the roads. They're lining all the fields and getting all the parks in shape. They're pretty close to tip-top right now. That's about it on the DPW. As far as the rec, the rec had a scoreboard, a soccer scoreboard donated by Spencer Savings Bank. So we're in the plans of positioning it and getting that taken care of. The rec also bought a new van. Their old one was embarrassing and falling apart. This is new, it's much safer, and the fact that we transport children, it's very important that we have a good vehicle. The games have started for soccer. Spring, or I should say summer camp is doing very well already. We have almost 150 to 160 signed up. 30 or more are from out of town, which shows you how good our program is. The Easter egg hunt went very well. And Community Day will be on June 7th this year. So if you're you would like to participate, you can contact the rec department and rent a table and so forth. Also yesterday I attended a meeting at the Bergen County Office of Planning, just a short meeting with several towns in the area, just talking about a bike path that they want to connect all towns with. It was very short, brief. They just wanted to introduce everybody. And there will be a interactive website, which when I have all these details, will all be involved. And when I have more, it looks like an exciting project. They want to connect all the towns and emphasize biking, especially to portions of your town, such as your business district and the food districts. I think we have both in one. So this could be something that helps our businesses, and everybody has a bike path. Fairlawn has a bike path right now, which ends at the borders, but we're hoping we can take this throughout Bergen County. That's about it. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mayor.
Mr. Coletti?
Yes, sir. Well, good wishes go out to our former police chief, Tommy Johnson. I never really met a person that had a bad word to say about Tommy, except his wife. And that was because he was never home. Good luck, Tom. Regarding our fire department and JIF, the committee is being set up pursuant to the fire ladder truck accident to discuss what has happened and what could be done in the future to avoid it. Members of that committee will include representatives from mayor and council, fire department, police department, and JIF, our joint insurance fund. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Rendazzo, you have anything? No, Mayor. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please, this spring coming in, it's in already, and you're cleaning up your yard, look through your Waste Watchers book, find out what you're supposed to do, and do it properly. If you have any questions, call up my office. Pat Burke will fill you in on everything you need to know if you can't find it in this book. And ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we had a resolution, 15514, and that was a resolution to award a bid for $254,700. This is money that we got from a state grant from the Boswell. Pete Tenke was able to put it in and receive that money. So that's $254,000 to desnag and clean Fleischer Brook. And we already have a CD, Community Development grant, to clean the brook. And I'm pleased to tell everybody here in the council, because I haven't had a chance to mention this, I was at the CD meeting last week, Monday as a matter of fact, and we received another $215,000 to clean Fleischer Brook. That should take us almost to the diversionary line in Garfield. And once that's done, I don't know what else we can do to widen it. We have to keep it clean, obviously, but we've finished all the culverts. We've done everything possible to keep that water running, and it has. Last night with all that rain, I went out and checked the various areas of the brook, and my God, it was almost as if there wasn't a rainstorm. It was really flowing very, very nicely. So we ended up getting this bid tonight, and the one I'm just telling you about, this was for $254,000 and $215,000. You're talking almost $500,000 just to clean the brook, and it's not costing us anything. But that wasn't only the good part about the meeting I had with CD. We also got, or received, excuse me, $110,000 to pave Columbia Street and parts of Parkview Avenue. So that is all in that area that we've been looking at in the Rosemont section. And the grand total that we received from the CD as of Monday was $325,000. And I'm pleased that we were able to get that money and helped all the residents with paving some streets. And we continue to do that for next year. The second thing, as I mentioned, flooding did not exist in town. It was very good. I think all the water went in my basement, but the streets were okay, so it didn't harm any of the streets. And just keep in mind with the waste watches, I'm kind of stunned with $325,000 that we got from CD. We're doing excellent, excellent. I'm a little unhappy with the amount of money that the budget's going up with the problems with the Board of Education, as Mr. Catamagna indicated. but we are only responsible for municipal budget. We're not responsible for open space money, we're not responsible for county money, and we're not responsible for Board of Education. So we're trying to do our diligence, and I think we do have a good budget here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to open the public portion to the public. Anyone who wants to come up, give us your name and your address, and make your comments. Mr. Kaplan?
Good evening, gentlemen. Hope you're all dry and healthy and whatever.
Mel, could you please state your name and address for the record?
I'm sorry.
Your name and address.
Oh, Melvin Kaplan, Glenwood Avenue, Elmwood Park. As an appointed volunteer in the borough of Elmwood Park, I'm considered an employee, whether you know it or not. I was just curious if...
We would like to, Mr. Kaplan, we would like to have more employees like you. You do not get paid.
That's right.
That's good. So if you can find more people like yourself, let us know.
Mayor, all the social organizations, government, it's getting harder and harder and more difficult to get volunteer people to do, charity. If
You're right.
you want to call it that, whatever, your time. Everybody's busy.
Right.
You know, why I bring up this employee bit, well, you want to laugh. I had a parking ticket and I came to court and I pleaded not guilty, and the judge said he couldn't hear me. Even though I was a volunteer, I'm considered an employee and would have been a conflict of interest, and he would remanded to another town. I went down and paid the ticket, whatever. Anyway, I was just curious about Resolution 15414, a proposal of Legal Shield to provide identity theft protection recovery legal services as voluntary benefits to borough employees. Does that affect us, volunteer or appointed people? Or what is it?
Through you, Mayor?
Yes.
Mr. Kaplan, this is a company that will come in and provide,
Use the microphone, please.
this is a,
The air conditioning is on, gentlemen, and it's harder to hear. Can anybody hear out there? Whatever. Nobody can hear.
through you, Mr. Mayor, the,
Use the microphone or turn the volume up. I'm sorry, Keith.
through you, Mr. Mayor, this is a program where I've met with a company who will provide a payroll deduction. So it is only for paid employees. It will be a payroll deduction if the employee elects to take advantage of this service. They will pay a nominal amount each month as a payroll deduction, and they will have an opportunity to have legal representation on any matter that concerns them. If they
It
need...
does not cover volunteer.
It does not cover volunteers, nor if the employee decides to take a claim against the employer, will the legal services be available for that type of
I
purpose.
was just curious, that's all. As far as ex-Chief Johnson goes, I know him personally, he knows me personally. I was just curious, how many days, how much is he getting for unused sick days?
Mr. Casmar could give you that
It
information.
must be an enormous amount of money. I hope the borough has passed the new ordinance of use it or lose it. Vacation time, sick time. It's time, if we don't have it, it's time to look into it, use it or lose it.
We have done some of that. Vacation time, they have to use their vacation time up. He has accumulated some vacation time, but he was before the ordinance came in. Sick time, they're only allowed, 50 days?
Yeah.
So,
Through you, Mayor, Mr. Kaplan, there are two restrictions that are in place. One, contractually, our agreement with the PBA, which extends over to the police chief in some areas, does limit the amount of sick days that you can be paid for upon retirement. However, when it comes to vacation days, people accrued vacation time over the period of their career. Back in 2010, there was a law passed by the state legislature that you could not have any more time than 2 years banked at any one time. However, all of the time that those employees who worked here prior to 2010 have accrued were grandfathered. So as those employees retire or leave the employment of the borough, less people our vacation time banks will be decreased.
Thank you so much, Keith.
You're welcome.
It's just that it bothered me when someone accrued sick days, vacation days from 20 years ago pay scale are getting the money at today's pay scale. I don't get it. I retired. I didn't get it, whatever. It just mind-boggling. Also, please, with the air conditioning on, gentlemen, it's very difficult to hear. Use the microphones and turn the volume up a bit.
Thank you, Mel.
Now I heard you.
Mr. Kaplan, while you're sitting down, and I'll close the public portion of the meeting, the police department has a binding arbitration. So some of the things that we want to put in, we have to negotiate with the police department, and this year their contract is up, so we will be negotiating with them and try to eliminate some of these items for new employees. But it's very difficult when you have an attorney and they frequently go to binding arbitration, and it's very difficult for us. And I hope the assembly would go along with the 2% cap. So far, that hasn't happened. So we may be still working with the police department and go into 3 or 4% increase on their salary if they don't do something soon. Okay? Anybody else? Nobody else? I close the public portion.
Mayor, at this time, we will recess into a work session in the conference room to discuss the structure of the current Recreation Commission. We will adjourn from the conference room at the conclusion of that discussion.
If there's anyone who wants to attend that meeting in the back, that's fine. It's not a closed session. But may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Moved by so-and-so and so-and.
By the whole council.
Dombrowski and Martino. All in favor, opposed, so ordered.